We have 100 days to beat at least one boss on the island using only Dimorphs. So we start off our journey on Ark Ascend. First time doing 100 days in Ark Ascend, here we go. We're going to be using only Dimorphs, going to see how we get on this run. But let's get straight into the video where I am spawning in. I start off by punching some trees as you normally do, and I got myself a pickaxe. Using a pickaxe I was able to get myself more wood and some more stone, and then eventually I was able to craft a reusable spear. Obviously used the spear to take out the pegamastics, absolute arseholes, and I got my fibre back. We started off our journey at the very bottom of the map. I then made this Dillo into a porcupine by throwing a million spears into him and then harvesting his body. We went and found a supply crate, but you had to be level 25 to open, so I took out my frustration on this Dillo and its baby. Obviously it killed the parent and kind of had to kill the baby too, but that's fine. I had to get myself set up with a campfire, a few storage boxes, just so I could put down some loot and get some food, so that's exactly what I did. I moved on by making a few sleeping bags, and that was going to help us. Obviously if we die we can respawn at this location. I then spent like 25 minutes making a boat. Yep, it did literally take this long. Yes, you are watching this. I then hid the sail on a boat because, let's be honest, who uses the sail on the boat? I then added some wooden foundations to the boat, to the raft I guess, and I done a little dance to celebrate. We then hit level 25, so I was able to open this supply crate, and we got some soap and some handcuffs. Listen, I'm not going to say anything. Went back to base, I was able to make a bow and some arrows, and then I was able to murder this dodo because it was hella annoying. We all just take a minute to appreciate this sky. Like, look at this game. Oh, that looks absolutely beautiful. I made a mortar and pestle. I had nothing to put into it, so, you know, there was an illness, and then, as you do, I murdered that too. We have the Dimorph. Hold on. There we go, we got him. Right. Hopefully that doesn't, just put that in there for now. Okay, we're about to have our first Dimorph. It's only low level, but I mean, it's a Dimorph, right? He is so low health. What happened to you? Why is he so low health? He's pretty cute though. We got a good colour one to be fair, for the first one. You know, and then I realised I can't be running around naked all my life, so I made some cloth clothes, as you do. Didn't really do much for me, but I went and I managed to find some metal rocks as well, so we used our pickaxe and we got an absolute crap ton of metal. Literally like 20 pieces, because that's all I could carry, but that's all that matters. Once working my way back to my base, I managed to make a refining forge, and then we can eventually cook up the metal to be able to make our smithy. So I put all the stuff I have in my smithy, as I always do whenever I play Ark, I just fill it up, and then we could make ourselves some metal tools and a crossbow. So I added a few mods onto our little single player game here, and one of these mods was actually a binocular mod. So it's basically like Awesome Spyglass, but I could zoom in, and I figured out that I could zoom in. Which, listen, I struggled to figure out how to actually use these things, okay? Don't blame me. But, listen, once I got zoomed in, look, I was ready to zoom in like anything. Look at this. So basically this would just tell us all the stats and stuff of our creatures, so it's just really helpful information. So we took Uno out, and there was a snake. I felt like I was in Australia at this point, but, you know, he had so many spears into him, I didn't even know what to do. Uno was doing his job. Wasn't really doing too much damage. I don't think he could really hit him as much. Hit him every so often, but obviously the snake is a big ass snake, so it kind of makes sense they couldn't hit him. I then worked my way around the coast, and there was actually a level 69 Dimorphodon. So I was like, why not? I'll take this opportunity and try and knock this one out too. There was a few other ones, but it was all low level, so this was the highest one I found, level 68. So I tamed that up and then pissed off a few beavers, but no, it was nothing that our new Dimorph and our other Uno couldn't handle, so they absolutely destroyed the beaver. A little while later, while I was kind of just, I guess, boating around on my raft, there was a level 145 Dimorph, and obviously I could see the stats of it using the binoculars. So I got my little bowler out, threw it onto the Dimorph, and then all of a sudden, yep, There was a million raptors, and I got absolutely wrecked. I then spawned in again and decided I was going to get my stuff. However, I died again. Yep. So after a little while, I managed to get back on the boat once again, and I led the raptors into the ocean where my Dimorphs could eventually clear them up, and I shall be safe on the open seas. We should be fine. As I was boating around on my raft, I came across a level 130 Dimorph, so I did what any Ark person would do, and I knocked it out with a load of arrows. Eventually I tamed him up, and we had ourselves a high level Dimorph, level 194, with decent stats to go with it, so, you know, that was a pretty good deal. Obviously, fearing that I was going to lose the stats on this, I decided I was going to hatch a few Dimorph eggs. I was then able to imprint on our little baby Dimorph, fearing that obviously the parents could die anyway. So, there we go. Look at this. We had some imprinted Dimorphs that we could actually use, which is going to be absolutely crazy, as you will see. Now we had started breeding our Dimorphs, I wanted to test their power, so I went into our first cave. One of the artifacts that we were going to need to try and defeat one of the bosses on the island map with just Dimorphs. So we went into the lava cave with a couple Dimorphs that I had here, and I was just going to send them in to fight. And it went as well as you kind of would expect, to be honest. There was a lot of bats, a lot of scorpions, and pretty much everything died. So I grabbed my last Dimorph and I got the absolute F out of that cave. I decided then I was going to go and re-equip real quick. Grab some flat gear, a load of wood and water and stuff like that, and some food. And we was going to go for round 2 with a lot more Dimorphs. So round 2, here we go. I decided to take a lot more Dimorphs with me this time. I obviously have a load of food, a load of water, and we was technically ready to fight everything we can. There was a few scorpions, as you see right here, but our Dimorphs were taking, like, they were doing a crap ton of damage. I was able to get through the cave a decent way through, just our Dimorphs just carrying, so they was able to do a decent chunk to all the creatures in there. It was really only the bats that kind of served the problem, obviously because they can fly, but everything else is pretty simple so far. Well, I literally don't know how I didn't die there. It's crazy. We have mega rabies, however I was able to survive with a little bit of food, and I was able to rappel across and grab ourselves our first artifact. So yeah, that was the first cave. It wasn't too bad, our Dimorphs held out pretty well. It was a little scary, and obviously when I was going back to my boat, there was this guy just chilling on my raft. So luckily I had some of the Dimorphs still with me. I was able to take it out decently easily, to be fair. I went out trying to get some resources, and when I came back, look who had reappeared. Yes, another T-Rex. I don't know why there were so many T-Rexes here, but luckily we had even more Dimorphs this time, and there we go. And yes, there was a second T-Rex. This was the most dangerous beach I've ever been on in my life, like honestly not. But our Dimorphs were incredibly powerful, and we was able to take down T-Rexes very easily. There we go, we got our second drop, and we got a pretty good drop right there. I got a fur helmet, which I'm probably going to need in the future anyway, so there we go. Working our way over to Herbivore Island, I wanted to get a few more resources, and obviously this is the safest island to do it on. So I wanted to stack up on a crap ton of metal. Obviously I've put my hat on, look at that, what a little hat I've got. But yeah, I literally just harvested the whole island for metal, and then I started breeding up my army. As you can see here, the Dimorphs were breeding crazy amounts, and I was just imprinting which felt like hours, to be honest. But eventually I had my army, so I thought, why not, let's go do another cave. So we went to the lower south cave, all the way down here, and we're just going to send it. So having this many Dimorphs, it was pretty easy going through this cave. There was a few spiders and a few other creatures, but the Dimorphs were probably doing about 100 per hit, so they would just literally shred any single thing that would actually come and attack me, which was kind of crazy, to be honest. So eventually I made my way it was chaos. Eventually I made my way over to the artifact spot, and there we go, we had our second artifact, the artifact of the hunter. And obviously I do a little dance to celebrate. Stepping outside the cave, there was actually one more little loot drop, so I grabbed that too. I then worked my way over to cave number 3 up by the volcano. I literally just walked all the way up here. It was kind of boring, so I skipped it all. Made my way all the way into the end of the cave, and you can see there is actually our third artifact. There was only a few bats and a few other creatures like scorpions and stuff in here. I nearly did die, which could have been catastrophic to be fair. But, you know what, I survived, and we ended up with our third artifact. There we go. After coming out the cave, I decided, obviously, I needed some polymer, and I needed a ton of oil. So, there was a load of oil rocks in the snow, so we went up to the snow, and, well, my raft ceased to exist anymore. Fucking Leedic fists, actual assholes, I swear to God. This one literally just obliterated it. I wasn't recording at the time, but there you go. So I all F4'd the game, came back in, and I had my raft back. I was not losing that raft. The run would have been over, I would have given up, I'll be honest. So went over to the penguins, and you know, I'm sorry you had to witness this, but I just let my Dimorphs go at them, to be honest. We needed so much polymer, so much oil for all the weapons and stuff we was probably going to make in the future, so. I went around the whole island trying to find a base spot, and I didn't know really where to build, so I decided this lake would be as good as any. I don't know, to be honest. I decided we were just going to put down a little foundation, do a little building montage here and there, so let's do one foundation there, and a couple of more, and this is what literally our house was going to be. I don't know, I didn't really have a plan going into this, but I decided we was going to build a box. Yep, that's as good as my creativeness got on this build. I built a box, that was it. So then I got my railings as I usually always used to do, and I was going to use railings for walls instead, and then I put a roof on it. Pretty simple. That was the build basically done. As you can see here, I had somewhat of a house. I put down a refining forge, moved all the stuff from my raft, and moved all the stuff into the smithy. And we had a load more building materials and stuff in here as well. Listen, don't worry about that Dillo, okay? He wandered into the wrong neighbourhood. Now obviously if I was going to do bosses with the Dimorphs, I was going to need a lot of them. So I started breeding a whole army of Dimorphs. I may have gone a bit overboard with this, and imprinting on these was a nightmare, but I had a small army, you know, as you do. So we took our small army, and I wanted to go try them out. So that's exactly what I did. Whistled on this Bronto, and I wanted to see how quickly they destroyed this thing. And to my surprise, wasn't that long. I walked my way over to our next cave, and it was actually the swamp cave, which I was terrified to do. But first, we had another problem. There was a Troodon in the way, and of course it hit me, and well, you know what happens when a Troodon hits you, you pass the hell out. Luckily I managed to survive. Our Dimorphs was above us flying around the whole time, so we ended up at our swamp cave and we was ready. I got my scuba, which obviously I needed to grab the penguins and the polymer for, but we was ready to go into the cave. Let's do it. So we headed into the swamp cave. Now obviously there is a lot of bugs in this cave, but I think I had just enough of the Dimorphs to be able to take care of them. Well, yeah, we had a lot of Dimorphs. We had our small army with us, which was you know what? Honestly, one of the funnest experiences I've probably done in Ark in a very long time. Just having this many Dimorphs just running around, just fighting everything, was hilarious. It really was. But I took my time going through this cave as I didn't want to die. I really didn't want to die in this cave. It's awful because I'd have to make the scuba all over again. So I took my time, basically just letting the Dimorphs go around, killing all the bugs, all the leeches and everything in this cave, and slowly walking through until I managed to get to the artifact. We are finally ready to try and beat one of the bosses on the island map. We are going to go for the Gamma Broodmother. Hopefully we can try and defeat it. You will see that I am, unfortunately, on a new save. I've tried to get back to where I was. It's been a very long time. Like, this has literally been since Ark came out to about a few months later. We finally picked up and we are going to try this right now. So we have all our Dimorphs, we're going to go in and see how much damage we can actually do to the Broodmother. We're just going to send it, we're going to see what happened. Basically, the reason I made a new save file is the other one corrupted when I tried to change some of the mods. You know how buggy Ark Ascent has been, but we're just going to do it, we're going to send it, and let's see how we get on. So basically, what we have here is we have quite a few Dimorphs. Some of them are around the same level that I had the other ones are. Some of them are quite lower, but we're going to see how it goes. I got a few items on me. We're just going to absolutely just end it. That's exactly what we're going to do. They are very loud, very, very loud. But we've got our little crossbow here. I've got a few arrows. We are literally just going to send it. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully this goes well, but let's do it. Let's go straight into the boss fight. Hopefully they all come in with us. Hopefully it's not just 20. We're going to soon find out. I have a mod on where it should allow all 50 in. But we'll soon find out if it actually takes all of our Dimorphs in or not. So let's just do it. Let's hope for the best. Let's see what we can do. And let's try and defeat one of the bosses on the Broodmother. Please, please say this works. You're allowed up to 50 tames in. So let's see what happens here. Oh my god, we're in. Okay, whistle attack. Good luck. Dimorphs, I believe. I believe. Good luck. Hopefully they shred it. I don't know how much damage this is really going to do. Oh my god, they are shredding it. Oh my god. Wait, the Dimorphs. The Dimorphs are actually sick. As long as we don't die, we should be okay. Hopefully the little spiders don't come after me. We will wait and see. This is the first time I've actually done a boss on the Ark Ascent, by the way. Our Dimorphs are actually destroying. Oh my god. I didn't think they would be this good. None of them even died. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. One of the Broodmother. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we got little spiders coming after me. Oh my god. Right, we're gonna have to run. Come on. Come on, defeat the Broodmother. Come on. Yes! Alright. Alright, that was not as bad as I thought. Oh my god. That was not bad. The Dimorphs were actually pretty strong. I bet they were really hurt. They was indeed. But, you know, I feel like we done pretty good on that. We managed to defeat the Broodmother with our army of Dimorphs. Let's grab this, grab our element, and we can literally just, we got our army. Look at this. I can't believe they all survived that long. Some of them are really hurt though. Like, some of them were crazy hurt. Look at that one. They all roughly had about 300 health left, so I'd say if it was like 10 more seconds, we probably could have died. But we managed to do it. We managed to beat the Gamma Broodmother with just an army of Dimorphs. We smashed it. We actually did smash it. GG everyone. I'm proud of my little army here. I'm proud we got to do it. And obviously I've been, with the save file corrupting, I put it off for a very long time, but I'm glad I came back and I'm glad I've done it. I probably will do another 100 days of Ark Ascent eventually. If you're not following me on Twitch, I do stream on Twitch, and I've been trying to grow it anyway. Go give me a follow on there. It's just at GlowUmbra. It's that same as my YouTube. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.